He says he wasn't scouting my team, but I don't believe him. I was playing in Dallas Cup my junior year, and ultimately came over and started asking around about who my parents were, and my dad was at that game, and he talked to my dad for a little while. We played him 2 games later. I scored 2 on his team and killed him. Great. One of my better games. But no, after the game, he asked if he could, you know, reach out and talk to a couple coaches on my behalf, and obviously I had nothing going for me at the time with talking to coaches, so I said, sure, go ahead, you know. Former player of his at Santa Clara, Paul Hollaher, was, you know, I think in his 3rd or 4th year out here, and was really looking to change the way that teams play in college soccer. And so Samson saw that as a great fit for me and told me to come out here. And when I did, I came out to an ID camp and introduced myself to Paul, expecting him to kind of know who I was and having heard from Steve and stuff like that. And he didn't know who I was. None of the staff knew who I was. It was kind of okay, yeah, nice to meet you. And kind of looking around at my dad like I just flew all the way out here and they have no idea who I am. So it was interesting. And then after the camp, I think they kind of saw what Steve saw, I guess, and ultimately eventually got in contact with me to bring me back out here. So that was kind of the end of it, I guess. Beginning, yeah, either way. You probably already know, I failed my first quarter here. It was definitely a wake-up call. It was not something my parents took lightly. It was something that I didn't know if I was going to be coming back to the school. My dad kind of told me the point, you know, I'm paying all this money and you're not making the grades, why would I send you back? And looking back on it, he had every you know, reason not to. And ultimately he kind of took a leap of faith just as much as I did on sending me back here. And you know, with a little bit of a butt whooping and telling me to get my stuff together, but definitely a leap of faith. I went to the right people. That was one of the big things that helped me, was they have athletic, academic advisors, they have tutors, you know. My assistant coach at the time had been to Cal Poly. He had gone through the academic program at Cal Poly, so he kind of knew what it took. So it was putting myself around the right people and telling me you're doing the right things, and ultimately just putting my nose down to the grind. So in class, you have to be smart, but you have to work hard. On the field, you have to work hard, but you have to be smart. So it's a combination of the two that has really kind of emphasized the other. So that's probably what I've been most proud of. It's always nice to be recognized and stuff like that, and I'm always grateful for it. But it's also, you know, a big driving factor to continue to get better. But also, I've always been one who's understood that this sport is one of the biggest team sports there is, and I realize one person's success isn't only based on that one person. I've always been one that didn't like when other players got recognition and never gave credit to the players around them, because ultimately, you know, the best players in the world can be the best, but they're not going to show that if they don't have guys around them that support their way. And I have been extremely lucky with the teammates I've gotten over the past 4 years, because they have been exactly that. Honestly, the easiest thing to say is, why not Cal Poly? I mean, at this point especially, you know, we've got probably one of the most experienced coaching staffs in the nation. We have one of the best academic programs in the nation. We have one of the best locations in the nation. We play in a stadium that gets 11,000 people. We have one of the highest attendance rates. I mean, you can honestly close your eyes and point, and you'll find something for a reason why you should come to Cal Poly.